Hey guys, I have a new painting to share with you today. It's of a long time friend of mine. His name is Desi-Rae. He makes awesome music. I'm going to put a link so that you can go and check that out if you're interested. I want to tell you that I had a great time painting this, but I would be lying. I was really frustrated with it. I'm so glad to be done and to not be looking at my friend's face anymore. I stopped and I started it again because I thought I was finished. Then I decided I was being lazy. Something I want to say, you should mark my words at this video for what I do in the future, because I am never doing a painting like this again and not also doing a plan beforehand. I just got to kick myself in the butt and just do it even though I don't want to, because I spent so much time fixing stuff even though I had already painted the details. And I guess I can also talk about some things that were fun to paint. I really liked painting the eye because I have known this guy for a really long time and I've never ever noticed that his eyes had red and green in them, and that's something that happens when you paint someone. You stare at their face for a really long time. I also really liked doing the hairs and all the little wispy, like the mustache and the ones that sort of cross over his eyes. I liked doing that. I'm always using this color palette of umber and sienna brown and ochre yellow, and then using some reds and purple in the darker spots. Then blending the colors, focusing on the transition from dark to light. I really struggled with painting this. I don't know, I think I was rushing myself while I was doing it because I kind of just wanted to get it over with, and because I did that I ended up not liking it. I wasn't focused on my technique enough and pretty much just being mediocre at what I was doing, and so of course I ended up not liking it. That's something that I was definitely learning again as I was doing this. You can see that I'm redoing the mustache, and then when I was putting the background in, I was thinking about the sea, but then I decided that he looked like a boy, like too young. His eyes were kind of big. They were actually not, but in where everything else was placed in the face, and the fact that the entire painting was light and the source image I was using was a lot darker, so I wanted to recreate that intense effect. And once I thought I had finished, I ended up going back and darkening the eyes so he looked a little brooding and serious which is how he looks in the photo. And I really liked that intense gaze. I also thought it would make people take him more seriously if they were to look at the painting. It wasn't this guy staring off into the distance, but this guy staring directly at you and saying, yeah, I see you right there. And also kind of had fun painting the hair. I think I could have been a lot more detailed with it, especially since the only reason I'm doing all these paintings in the first place is to try and do a series on hair. But I really liked noticing that there were these lighter colors, like the gold. I had it as white, but then I go back later and sort of do a glaze over the paint that had already dried with a very light layer of ochre, and that created the gold that you can see here. I also focused a lot on texture. I wanted to have this sort of shimmering effect going on in his face, which I really got at the end when I let it dry, and then I started adding these very light colors on top of the face. I added that in at the end by mixing a lot of white with yellow and red to have a peachy color, like what's that word? There's this color that I don't really like, vermilion, that sort of color. I also put a lot of texture in the background. Even though it was dark, I went in with my palette knife and put all these dabs of paint on there so it matched the texture of the face, but also didn't overshadow what was going on in the foreground. Because if I had put some light colors in, I was thinking of doing some sort of fall, like warm colored theme with reds and peaches and orange hues, but I decided that would be too much and really take away from the intensity of the face and the expression. In the end, I actually ended up liking the painting after I went back and changed some things. Alright, bye guys! Talk to you next time. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe and follow me on social media. There's a link at the end and there are links.